Hello, my lovelies. Aries, this is going to be your April monthly reading. Happy birthday to all you guys out there that watch the channel. I'm going to do this a little bit different for your monthly spread. We're going to take one of these oracle cards for each of the 4 weeks that we've got going forward. So let's see what the first week in April, what is the theme? Reorganization. So you need to choose duties and responsibilities carefully. I feel like you're going to be making a lot of adjustments, maybe to like your schedule, your routine, things like that, so you can kind of navigate what needs to change in your life for the better. Your second week, you're going to have some sort of decision about whether you stay in a certain situation or whether you go. I feel like for some of you, you could actually be traveling or moving. The third week, you're going to be asked to choose your higher purpose or not. You always have free will. And the last week, you're going to be focused on communications. So you're going to need to hone your negotiation skills, and it could have to do with business, travel, broadcasting, things like that, where you're really kind of networking and communicating effectively. So let's see what else we've got going on. All right, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what's happening for the month of April? What is going on for April? Ooh, okay. You are going to have a lot of choices when it comes to love, it looks like. So you're going to have to make some big decisions. Maybe you're going to choose to let some of those options go because it looks like you have love on the brain. Interesting. I do feel like some of you are going to go in a completely different direction than what you're used to. I feel like you're going to be traveling, moving, or relocating, taking a trip somewhere. Maybe it's towards this person, but you first got to shift your perspective on a situation. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's a bit younger than you. Maybe they're kind of naive, but pages and nights bring news. So there's some sort of news coming in about love, it looks like, romance and relationships. And for some of you, you've been through a major ending when it comes to matters of the heart. So you may have to make a decision on whether you're going to stay in this connection or whether you start something new. There is news of money prospects coming in for you, as well as love, it looks like. I feel like this person and you are kind of on the same page. I feel like they're really trustworthy, passionate, loyal, dependable, and they're somebody that wears their heart on their sleeve. I do feel like somebody is a little confused about their feelings. It could be you, it could be them. So I feel like there's this indecision energy that's taking place. The Six of Coins tells us that we have some unexpected finances coming in. Who couldn't use more of that? I love that. And the Sun tells us that happier days are ahead. Marriage, commitment, children, all those things are possible. And somebody is watching. Either you're watching them or they're watching you. And I do feel like somebody's getting ready to take action. It's like, when is the right time to communicate? So I feel like you're kind of navigating maybe timelines of what is the best policy and how to communicate. What else does Aries need to know for their month ahead? All right, facing some judgment. It could be yours, it could be somebody else's. I do think that judgment usually tells us that it's like time's up. The divine is kind of calling quits on things, that things need to be resurrected or changed in a big way. If you're doing the work, I feel like Spirit will reward you. You've been in a lot of imbalance, especially with love. And so I feel like Spirit's trying to tell you that that needs to change. There needs to be some positive changes, but somebody doesn't want the status quo to change. So that's caused a string of bad luck. It's caused us to lose some finances. It's caused us to lose some love that we thought was going to be forever. And so we've made some poor decisions. So that means that we've got to flip things around and we've got to go in a different direction, but you have to make a decision about how to get there. The biggest thing is you've got to eliminate people who are liars, cheaters, thieves, and manipulators in your energy. That's going to help you to find balance in your finances. And you also need to nurture the things you want to grow and you might be at the point of burnout. So it's going to be really important that you take some time to give yourself rest. I feel like you've dealt with a lot of conflict and chaos, and I feel like Spirit's trying to show you that it doesn't have to stay that way. If you're willing to make adjustments, I do feel like things turn around for the better. What else? You may have had a falling out with somebody. You might not want to deal with this person. You could still be angry, or you need some boundaries, but love is coming. So Spirit's telling you to have faith that it's happening. Again, communication is something that needs to happen. So someone is expressing how they feel to you. It could be you expressing to them. Spirit wants you to let go of outdated ways of thinking and stop replaying events over in your mind. Somebody holds the key to your heart. Somebody else is a karmic, and somebody else still is a soulmate. So, who do you want to date? Because there's a lot of passion here, a lot of chemistry. For some of you, you're dealing with a twin flame. You could have a karmic, they could have a karmic, you both could. You could settle for a soulmate. Maybe you're going to get back out there and date again after this heartbreak and pain. I do feel like some of you were dealing with a narcissistic partner, somebody who was love bombing you, or a one-sided relationship that really wasn't very healthy. So we want to change that. Music could be super significant. I feel like you're creating some sort of pleasing sound. Maybe you're going to sing it out loud. And like magnets, especially if you're a twin flame, I do feel like you're going to magnetically attract that person. Run from the selfish person, somebody who's a narcissist that's only about themselves. Not a good fit, but someone is seeking your attention. They definitely want you to look at them. So karma's coming in. What goes around comes back around. I do feel like it's helping to restore the balance somewhere in your life. And I do feel like you're going to need a backbone. So don't let somebody use you. I feel like you really need to stick up for yourself and have boundaries. Watch out for your temper. We've got a lot of retrogrades that will be finalizing their transit and going direct in the month of April. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, I think there's like 6 of them, and I'd have to look it all up. So watch out for tempers flaring, and it's time to enjoy the sweeter side in life again. So make sure that you do that. Take some time for yourself. I feel like you see this other person as soft, sweet, squishy little teddy bear, somebody that you really could fall for. And I do feel like you are obsessively watching or stalking them. I do think that there is this need for wanting to like protect your home, wanting to like, maybe enchant your home, keep it safe. You are always protected, but if you feel like you're in danger, do something about that. Maybe you need home cameras or something. I do feel like you have a crush on this person, or this person has a crush on you. All right, Spirit, anything else they need to know about April? Put in the hard work wherever it's required to let go of these cycles, the burdens that are weighing you down, and there you will make some forward progress this month, finding the balance in your finances, but you will be faced with a decision this month. I feel like you need to decide whether what you're doing is worth your time or not, and if it's not, well, then chuck it in the bucket and move on, because the Wheel of Fortune tells you that good luck is on its way to you. Don't overthink it. Work on the healing, and that leads to abundance, but it does take a tremendous amount of strength and courage to get there. But you've got this, so keep going. Have a great month.